Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to our watch-along series, Star Wars number 5, Rogue One this evening. It feels like time has been absolutely flying by, but this is the 6th week now, I think, that we've been doing these watch-alongs, so yeah, really, really cool. And today we've got Rogue One, so let me bring on my co-host for the watch-along series, Mr. Tell Talks. Bonjour. Oh, hang on, he's muted. Hello, you all right?
Hello. All good. Very excited for Rogue One this evening. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I think we've had Andor's been released since then, and another show. What's the other show? Kenobi? Maybe Kenobi. So, yeah, it'd be my first time watching this since Kenobi and Andor. So it'd be interesting to join the dots up.
Yeah, same here. I really enjoyed Andor. I don't think you've seen it all the way through, have you? But I really, really enjoyed Andor. And again, same as you, I have not seen this since Andor. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to watching this, especially after Solo, which we did not enjoy, according to our Letterboxd reviews. And watching the stream, it wasn't really our cup of tea. So, yeah, really looking forward to this one. Let's just go through the chat quickly. We've got Paul in the chat. Nice to see you, mate. I know you've generally been watching the watch-alongs back, so it's good to have you with us this evening. Thanks for watching, mate.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Paul. I think
what's
I
your
might be
sort
wrong.
of memories of?
Go on, mate. Hear me?
Sorry. What's your memories from watching Rogue One previously? Then.
Well, I think the main when I think of Rogue One, I think of scene on the beach, and then the badass Darth Vader, which is like the first time you got to see Darth Vader. And I think the cinematography was really cool. With I think not a red room, but you know how he's walking down and he's just destroying everything. So I think of that. But I feel I've got a massive, strong affection for Scarif, the planet. I'd love the cinematography on Scarif, like the sandy beaches and the blue sea. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that again. But yeah, that's my last impressions of Rogue One. Yourself?
Yeah, mainly Darth Vader. It was the first time, really. I know technically Revenge of the Sith, but like personally seeing Darth Vader in cinema was the first time I'd really seen Darth Vader in cinema portrayed like that, with good dialogue and really menacing. And I just remember chills going down my spine every time he's on screen. Yeah, there are particular scenes I'm very much looking forward to with him in, but that was my sort of last impression. And the acting. Some of the performances in this and some of the cast is pretty incredible, really. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those performances again.
Yeah, I think I remember Rogue One. I don't
know about you either, but as like a real time. Oh, sorry, carry on.
I said with Rogue One they tease Vader quite a lot with like the mediation tank and the chamber, and him with his helmet off. So you get it teased quite a lot, and it builds up a lot. And we also get Tarkin as well. Like that was the first time we see like the is it the motion capture, whatever I think that's it, motion capture with the face over an actor.
Yeah, so, it was that first sort of like it was the first sort of like tickle of CGI, wasn't it? Going over someone's face or AI over someone's face. So yeah, and I think it was quite well received generally in this film, especially the Tarkin stuff. I think Tarkin looks pretty spot on from what I remember. I know there's some other bits that were quite dodgy. Other parts
there's two characters.
Yeah, I remember when this came out. It was the year after. Yeah, it was a year after The Force Awakens, and The Force Awakens was generally pretty well received, I think, and it gave quite good like hope for the rest of the series. And then this came out the year after, and this was so strong that it built up so much hype for the rest of the sequels, because following year we get Last Jedi that we'll be watching in about 4 weeks' time now, I think.
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a way to go.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I think I love the troop. I love the troopers in this as well.
That was my sort of recollection of when it came out.
So I think there's a bit of a lag, but
it was the first one they. Yeah, I think my internet's a bit play.
I said,
Yeah, the
yeah,
design of the.
this lag's awful. I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up.
Oh dear, internet is playing. Sorry, carry on.
I was gonna say I'm shutting up. I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk.
Yeah, there's sort of like the troopers in this one, especially the Death Trooper. I think that was the second pop I ever bought was a Death Trooper because it just looks so cool. Even like the noises they make is different to normal clones or normal troopers. They're sort of like almost like a Darth Vader wheeze when they move. So sick. So yeah, really look forward to seeing them again. And Krennic, I really like. Yeah, it feels like such a long time. I know you said this as well backstage. It feels like such a long time since we've watched this. And in reality, the film came out 8 years ago.
Yeah, I saw it. It said 2016. So, and all lot of these stars, they've all been other stuff. Like I only knew, is it something Mickelson? Was it Jyn Erso's dad in it? I only knew
Yeah,
him before as like the
Mads,
James Bond villain, as the James Bond bad guy. But obviously, since then he's been in Doctor Strange as Modor, whatever his name is. But yeah, a lot of the cast now have all gone on to a lot bigger and better things. So yeah, be interested to watch it again and notice a few more of the cast, and because they've done other projects since Rogue One.
Yeah, totally agree. Even the same with like Felicity Jones. I didn't really know much about her previously, and she's been in all sorts of stuff since this. And to be fair, before as well, but this was the first time I'd seen her really blown up. And Diego Luna. I think the only one of the cast that I knew of before is the guy that plays K2SO, just because he'd been in Dodgeball and voiced various like small roles in things. But that was my sort of real only understanding of the cast.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else is in it. Has been a while. I'm sure Warwick Davis is in it as a little guy. Surely, must be.
I think he is. Oh, and of course Riz Ahmed as well. The new Riz Ahmed from Four Lions and various dramas in the UK.
Yeah, I remember the casting being quite weird in this because they got the bloke from Rizzle Kicks, and that was like the first time he'd done like an acting performance as well, and then never saw him again. You know.
Yeah, I actually don't know if he's been in anything else since. I remember seeing it at the cinema and I didn't realise he was in the cast. I was like, that's down with the trumpets.
Down with the dark side.
Oh dear. We're about 3 or 4 minutes away then, guys. So if you want to get your Disney Pluses up, get it ready to go. So when it hits past, I appreciate it. We did change the time by 15 minutes. It's been an absolutely hectic day. So yeah, appreciate that we have started the stream a little bit later. So as soon as it hits past, we'll get ready to go.
I've tried to watch as many films as I could this weekend, but a lot of the films I actually wanted to watch turned out not to be on any streaming platform I've got. I've got Sky, Netflix, Amazon. A lot of the things I wanted to watch I didn't have, but I watched Madam Web today. Oh my god, you're in for a treat if you watch Madam Web.
Have you really?
It's something else. Oh wow! Like I don't know if you saw it. Did you see Chandler
Does it
Rigg?
feel like time you'll never get back?
It's actually unbelievable. Have you seen that Chandler Riggs? He's done his own Spider-Man film, like a fan project.
No.
Yeah.
Does he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, him and his mate, they've done a new their own fan-made film called The Spider, and it's like a horror version on like the Spider-Man story. And I reckon that will be better than Madam Web. Like I could not believe what I was watching, and the trailer's a lie. Like everything you think the film's about, it's a lie. Like you see like the girls in the suits and stuff. That's a dream, like hallucination. That none of them actually turn into superheroes. It's all bollocks. So when I watched that, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. So yeah, Rogue One will definitely lift my spirits tonight, and I'm glad I didn't go cinema to see Madam Web as well. That would have been That would be a proper waste of money. That. What was the last film you saw?
Even if I went on like a Monday special, the last one I
Madam Web
saw
Movie.
at all or in cinema.
In general. Yeah.
I don't think I've watched anything this week. That's
Dune?
I think I've put something on Letterboxd. I watched Dune 2 last Saturday night. That was something else. I'm sure I've watched something else this week. I'll check my Letterboxd quickly. I definitely watched something, but it's not springing to mind. It's been really,
Have you
really
done Poor
busy this
Things
week
yet?
for me. No, I
Have you done Poor
haven't.
Things?
I might watch that tomorrow night because I am away tomorrow night, so I might watch that. I watched Green Book and and Tolkien. I watched Tolkien, which is a little biopic with Nicholas Hurst
Mhm.
about Tolkien's early life. That was all right. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
and I watched Green
I
Book,
saw that.
which is pretty amazing.
I saw that drop Tolkien, but I just never watched it. No reason why. Paul watched Infinite
I didn't
Storm.
even realize it was a thing.
Yeah. Paul watched Infinite Storm, one woman's journey for self-discovery, and turns into a harrowing tale of survival. I like them kind of films. Yeah, might give that one a go.
Lovely. Right, we are less than a minute away, so I'm going to sit here. I've got a Guinness this evening as my film munch, as it is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to anyone that's celebrating Solancha. And we're
Shalom.
we're almost ready to get this underway. So, Tel, if you could bring up the timer, please. I'm going to switch the light off, and then we'll do a countdown.
Yep, you tell me to go, mate.
All right, so whenever you're ready to go, we will get the countdown going.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I remember at the cinema, I think people said this will be the first film that doesn't have the Star Wars introduction. Like the
I remember there was a lot of rumors as well that it was going to be the first Star Wars film that didn't start in space.
Well, that's bollocks. Is that bollocks?
It looks so cool.
Be like Reg of Sith beginning.
Yeah. Blue milk. Such a cool shot.
I always try and guess like what planet all these Star Wars things are filmed on. Well, I'd guess like Ireland for this. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Would you go for like New Zealand or something?
It does look very new. It almost looks like the edges of Mordor, doesn't it?
The what? Sorry.
It almost looks like the edges of Mordor, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
That
Yeah.
sort of mountainside. Hi, Milky. Good to see you in here, mate. Definitely, mate.
Man of your talents. I remember at LFCC, me and Milky got a photo of a cosplayer of Krennic. This is the bloke from Secret Invasion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, such a complete difference of character, isn't it?
Hmm? He does look a bit younger, this bloke. Find it. Hey, Christina Payne. Thanks for
Yeah,
tuning
he
in.
probably knew that. Yeah, probably knew that he was having a kid. Hi, Christina. Thanks for dropping in. Nice to see you. You ever watch Rogue One before, Christina?
What's your thoughts on Saw Gerrera? Because he's in quite a lot of animated stuff as well, isn't he? It is. Yeah, I thought he did, Milky. Yeah, I thought it was just me. I'll say kick Joe out the stream, but don't have to live ends if we kick Joe out. He's not very responsive, is he? This looks like a Doctor Who kind of character.
Sorry, my internet is playing right up. Christina said,
This looks a bit like Guardians of the Galaxy. This. Huh? I don't remember that.
do you know? Yeah, he's ruthless.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying, yeah. What's your thoughts on Saw Gerrera? Because he's in animated stuff as well. I only really see him in Rogue One.
In the Clone Wars, when he's animated, he's more hopeful. I'd say he's a lot younger, and then he's in Rebels, and he's sort of the mix between the two. And then by the time it's this, he's just like, oh, and he's in Fallen Order.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in Fallen Order, and he's quite ruthless in that. That looks sick, doesn't it?
Oh, was that Jedi Temple?
I think it must have been remnants of one or something. Yeah, he was Milky. He was in the Clone Wars. He looks very different. He's very young, and then he's in Rebels and
He was Milky.
and Fallen Order.
Very
Oh, that's
Sex
Adam's
education.
dad. Yeah. And the and Game of Thrones is
He is,
from Game
no?
of Thrones.
I thought that would happen.
Well, that we'd see people that didn't realise that were in it.
Yeah, because it's been like 8 years, so I think it's bound to see someone.
Yeah.
What's his name? So Adam's the son. Well, I can't remember his dad's called.
Adam's dad, yeah. And Sir Barristan is sat around the table from Game of Thrones. I never noticed that before.
Is this the same vibe as Andor? Do you think?
As it gets on, but he's not really part of this in the first series.
Mr. Groff. What's his name? It's his first name. I think he might be called Richard, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, that's the only time you really hear his name when his estranged wife kind of calls him by name, isn't it?
Michael. Yeah.
Do you notice Michael? That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Have you noticed, Milky, that Sir Barristan sat around the table? You can't see him currently, but they might pan onto him. You literally saw him for a split second as they first came into the room. There he is. For about that much. Yeah. I do believe as well. It's either in this. I think it's this scene. You see Chopper in the background too.
Do you?
Yeah. So either in this scene or another scene on Yavin 4, you can see Chopper with a lot of Easter eggs in Rogue One.
Did Dave Filoni do this?
No. I can't remember who did this, actually. Gareth Edwards, actually, I want to say.
Gareth Edwards.
I do like the comedic addings you get from droids across Star Wars.
Yeah, in
They all
droids.
deliver the same thing, don't they?
It's your boy.
Oh, what a shot that is!
Good music.
What do you think of the CGI after seeing it again?
It gives me like PS5 graphics vibes. You can see through it.
So far, it's been like every 20 seconds or so has just been an amazing shot,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's just constant wides. Recognize those two?
Yeah. Warwick.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
No.
Stop mucking around, please. What? Stop mucking around, please. It's very nostalgic Star Wars, isn't it, Rogue One?
Yeah, it does, like it definitely does fit in with the original trilogy.
He's a fantastic actor, isn't he, Forrest Whitaker?
I think Panic Room, one of my favorite films.
Mhm. Do you know who his brother is in real life?
Who's that?
Galen Erso.
It's a Mickelson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's it again? Go on.
Thrawn.
Who? Oh, Thrawn. Yeah.
He was at Celebration, Mads Mikkelsen. He looked really sound, actually. No worries, mate. Yeah, we're in the same boat. I'm really enjoying it. So trying to pick up on things that I can't remember, didn't see first few times around.
Been a long day with Liverpool United, extra time, Walking Dead, like this.
He's it for the love of horror, isn't he?
Yeah, Manchester, I think. Long way to go if he cancels.
Yeah. That's how you said it. Do you own any Rogue One pops?
A Death Star droid, I think. I think I used to have a few, about 6 or 7 from Pop in a Box subscriptions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried to get rid. I like him, though.
I like the box design on them.
Yeah. I think one of my first pops might have been a Rogue One Vader, actually. Oof.
No scope. It's like the weather in Edinburgh, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently, it's raining next Friday, Aberdeen.
Shock. Here we go. Oh, I got chills. I love that. How he gulps as he sees him. That's how you do cameos.
What's that?
That's how you do a cameo, isn't it?
Oh.
Phil.
She's in Sex Education as well, isn't she?
Yeah.
Jackson's mum.
There's more Game of Thrones actors behind him. On the left, he was a one that takes Arya in season 1. The Night's Watch, the guy with the beard. See?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know. I can't remember him in Game of Thrones.
There was Chopper in the background, if you caught it briefly.
Where's Rizzle Kicks?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
One. Rogue One.
Can't park there, sir. I love these Easter eggs. Even then, after Bail Organa mentioned, they're obviously talking about Obi-Wan. In the background, it says Captain Antilles report to so and so, who's obviously Ewan McGregor's uncle as well in real life. So
Did you download Battlefront?
no,
No.
I saw a few bad things about it, so I'm waiting for the servers to improve, and then I'll make my mind up. I think. Nice palm trees.
Oof.
No, 3 days. There's Chopper. See?
Oh, sorry, mate. My mic went off.
That's all right.
Still not. What's happened?
I can hear you.
It's my iMac mic. My Mac mic. You hear me?
Yeah.
That's it. Love this bit in the cinema.
Mm.
So sick. It's a good gun.
This reminds me of the Phantom Menace a little bit, just the shape of the ship.
Oh yeah.
Now this is pod racing.
We didn't hit it.
Take this and this.
Wrong one.
Shoots like Firmino. Bobby. A lucky Rizzle.
Ooh. Probably the shittest way to go. Yes.
Did his job.
This is you on Fortnite, isn't it?
Yeah. Clearing house.
Get in the circle. Ooh.
Close shave. Cool. I wouldn't want to look down from up there. Definitely Camp Park there.
Cool, fuck that.
I'm Batman. Yeah, if you want to take a shield out, that'll about do it.
Push him off.
Rick and Michonne.
Yeah. was going to say, I don't know what way I'd rather face, but they both didn't face it.
Chills I've got.
I'd be doing the same, mate.
Whew.
I like the way it ends there. Just bang.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. So that's the end of that. What's your takeaways from that? Your first sort of impressions after the after it's finished, then?
Yeah. A bit choppy, I think. Sometimes I wish they stay in some locations a bit longer, and then I feel like sometimes I wish they moved on a bit. So I felt like the pacing was a bit choppy. But is my impression changed? I think my impression is still the same of what I did view it as. What about you?
Yeah, saying there was little bits I noticed that I'd not noticed previously. One thing I do really like about it is that it's to the point, and they don't try and like save the characters for future projects, and try and make an
Yeah.
excuse of why they're not in the original trilogy, and show up, and they're not in it basically, and that they
Yeah.
do just kill them off rather than just keeping them in it for the sake of just another project or whatever. And I like that Andor's obviously set beforehand, and you don't have to. Yeah, and that it is brutal. It's brutal in parts, especially at the end. Like as you were saying, throughout the last sort of 10, 15 minutes of the film, cool. I wouldn't want to go out of that. Oh, that's brutal. What is the reality of the Empire? It is brutal.
I was thinking like that. Would you rather face it and see it coming towards you, or would you rather turn your back to it and wait for it to hit you? But it feels like, yeah, Jin and Cassia, they just were like, yeah, we'll go side by side. They couldn't look.
Yeah, warm embrace and the warm embrace of the Death Star. Almost like a nuke, doesn't it? Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Paul has said superb. Yeah, I agree. I really enjoy the first act. It is. I agree. It felt choppier than it was when I watched it originally, where it jumps between the planets quite quick. But I kept checking the time because when they're about to go to Scarif, it's about like the 1:20, 1:30 mark, maybe. So we
Yeah.
spend not even that actually, about an hour, just an hour and 5, I think it was. Sorry. So we spend about an hour in Scarif, which I couldn't remember it being that long. My recollection. I really enjoyed that, like all the space scenes. Yeah, same. I've thought I remembered them being on Edu where Galen Urso is. I remembered that being longer, but that wasn't very long really either. I really enjoy the scenes around Scarif with all the stuff in space and all the camera angles for the X-wings and stuff like that. Even like the inside, it just looked like a cleaner version of the 70s and 80s. It was still it was still the same camera, just a little bit cleaner. It didn't. Yeah, just really, really good. And it shows that, I mean, that was the second Star Wars project Disney had done. It shows they can do it. They just got to put the correct people in charge, because it almost annoys me in a sense that was the second project, seeing like a lot of the crap that's come since. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. Can you remember the name of the technology they use now when they film Mandalorian and all that room?
I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like
where it's literally just a massive room,
or the Vision or something like that. But yeah, I feel like Rogue One doesn't use that as much. Like there's bits where there's like sand goes in the air and mud and dirt goes in the air, and I feel like that looks more real, more genuine. Where with Mando these days, it's more like we're gonna have a little bit of real set and then 95% fake, and you just know that that's not actually there. But with Rogue One, a lot of it feels like it is actually there, and that they did, have a bigger set build.
Yeah, a lot of practical effects. Even when like the X-wings were getting destroyed, like the sparks and stuff that come in looked exactly the same as the practical effects used in A New Hope and the originals, which visually is really cool. And it's probably the closest that I'd say our generation has come to seeing like the originals in cinema. Really, Rogue One. I think it comes a lot closer to the sequels, the way it's shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's the thing with like, say like we've got the Mandalorian and Grogu coming, that you just know there's going to be loads of like Easter eggs and throwbacks for the sake of it. Like, doesn't actually connect to the films or make a difference. Like for the Rogue One Easter eggs, they're genuine. They are like they've got a purpose. All the Easter eggs in Rogue One, but yeah, I feel like in the future we're not going to have that as much.
Yeah. Like the Bail Organa one when he's mentioned about Obi-Wan, it connects to Episode 4. Or like I think that CGI at the end on Leia is pretty awful in all fairness, but like seeing Leia or her receiving the plan is the end game of the whole thing, and then literally the next scene of that is the start of A New Hope. It goes straight into it.
Yeah, that's what I like. That
there's no beating around the bush.
Yeah, like they didn't have to drag that on any longer, that bit, did they? Like that was it. That is the way it should end. So yeah, no complaints there. You should do the ranking.
Yes. I'm torn, to be honest with you. I'm torn between a few, so you can go first. I imagine you've probably got a score in mind.
I've got a score in mind. I've got to be honest, because I do prefer all the prequels more than that. So I might be a bit unpopular, but I'm giving Rogue One a 3 out of 5. So I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it as much as.
I'm surprised.
I'm
surprised by that.
So I don't enjoy it as much as. Like, I'd rather watch Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, or Revenge of the Sith than Rogue One.
Yeah, it's a tough one, because I still would rather watch the prequels, but I don't think that takes away of how good of a film it is. I think it's just because the prequels are like takes us back to being kids, really.
Yeah,
and I could easily watch a prequel movie tomorrow, but I wouldn't rewatch this so soon. Sorry. So I get your comfort. I think I think I'd give it a 4. I think it's on par. Yeah, I mean, cinematically, I'd put it higher, but I think it's just the knowing that if you watched it with fresh eyes and you literally watch episode 1 to episode 6 with this in between for the first time, this would be
Yeah.
really high. But because obviously we've watched the originals and the prequels because of the order they came out in, and then you watch this, you know what's going to happen to an extent.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just like it's a story that doesn't lead. It kind of explains how they got them, but you know that they have them. Whereas even stuff like you could say that about Clone Wars or the Bad Batch or whatever, but they're explaining things that go beyond the sequels and stuff like that. So I find that more interesting. Where it is a brilliant film, but you don't get nervy watching it because you know how it's not going to affect the story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't see him in the new Hope.
Yeah, even like when we watched Revenge of the Sith 4 weeks ago, every time I watch it, I'm hoping that Anakin doesn't go to the dark side.
Yeah.
There's still like a little inkling in me where this is like, I'm just sitting and watching the film rather than a real emotional attachment to it, if that makes sense.
I feel like, I'm just so used to like watching, Ewan McGregor, Samuel Jackson, Natalie Portman, all these actors on the big screen, but I can't say like I'm a big fan of all the main cast in Rogue One. Like I can't say I've watched many films of Felicity Jones and the Mickelson bloke and who's not Terrence Howard, the Saw Gerrera guy. What's he called?
Who? Sorry,
the guy who plays Saw Gerrera.
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker. Yeah. See, I've not seen many of their films as compared to like Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, and Samuel Jackson, all that. So I just feel like I grew up, and of course I grew up with the prequel. So I'm not basing it on what's a better film. I'm just basing it purely on my enjoyment and what I enjoy, like how much I enjoy a film. So yeah, don't enjoy it as much as the prequels, but not taking anything away from the film. It's shot brilliantly. And they've done a really good job of it. And that's my take, really.
Yeah, I'm on the same page, I think, which I'm surprised by in a way because it is a really good film. It's just that sort of it doesn't really affect anything, and because they all get killed off, it's another one where it's like, well, it's not going anywhere, but it's a good thing they did do it. So it's a really weird one actually. But yeah, anybody still in the chat? Paul, if you're still here, what would you give it out of 5? I'm not sure whether you've done your Letterboxd ranking yet or not, but what would you give it out of 5, mate? Because I know that from your
he's done it
and after.
Yeah, he has done it.
Corey rated this 5, I think, a few weeks ago.
The average rating is a 3.7 on Letterboxd.
Is it really? I thought it'd be higher than that.
Paul says 4.5, but on Letterboxd he's given it a 4, so it's gone up. It's gone up today. Paul's rating's gone up today. You've given it a 4. What is this? Corey, Corey give it a 5. Corey give it a 5.
I think Corey said it was his favorite Star Wars, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, best Star Wars movie ever.
A big statement.
So that puts us on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 8th film of the month. So yeah, I need to. I always want to aim for 10 films a month. But glad we ticked that one off. It goes up, then it goes down again for us.
It's an interesting one now. So yeah, the next one in 2 weeks' time will be A New Hope on Tel's channel, which I'm really looking forward. So I've not watched the originals for probably a couple of years. It's probably the biggest time gap for me that I've not watched any of the originals. Usually Christmas time on ITV and stuff like that. They used to always be on at Christmas. So at least once a year I would watch all of them in a row. Same as like the Harry Potters, they would be on like that. But I haven't done it since I've moved into my house. I don't think I probably have watched them, but
And it's on Disney Plus, so I'm not 100% sure what version we get, like the Disney Plus version.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
So I'm not sure. You know, like the scene with Jabba and Han. I think there's a few variations of that, so it'd be interesting to see what one we do get.
Yeah, see if we notice any more Easter eggs or anything like that. I do have one more thing before we get out of here. On the playback nose, I did have a giveaway running on my Ian McKellen video from when me and Tal did our little day out trying to find Ian McKellen, which is quite a bit of fun. The stream has been, unfortunately, the stream has been playing up for me a bit this evening.
There you go. There you go. You sit still.
Well,
You come for the giveaway.
right, is my voice working again now?
You are.
So I'm just going to spin this giveaway for those that were on the Ian McKellen video. Oh, someone that was in that video. So congratulations, Mark. Leave a comment below, message me on Instagram, and I'll get that over to you. I know you've got about a week left with your.
That didn't even spin on screen for me. It didn't even spin.
Yeah, I know. They're not. I don't know what's going on with. I don't know what's going on. In case you didn't hear that. Yeah, well done, Mark. So Mark has won the giveaway from my Ian McKellen video. Well done, mate. If you leave a comment below and message me on Instagram. Ironically, someone that was in the video, and yeah, that's a +1 to your competition with Wayne. Hard luck, Wayne, and everyone else that entered. Thank you for entering. So yeah, lovely little signed KSI single to RM Collectibles, and that is it from us. As we just said, next up in our watch along series is A New Hope in 2 weeks' time. Before then, we've got Con Aberdeen next week. That should be a blast. We're both flying up on Friday, so yeah, cannot wait for that. What have you got coming up on your channel in the build up to it and in the next couple of weeks, mate?
We might be able to see a couple of boxes on the side here. So we've got a Dune Funko Pop here to open, but the main one is the one from $7 a pop, the signed Daryl Dixon pop, which I've still not opened, so I've been very good. So I need to open this one at some point. So signed Norman Reedus pop, and yeah, it's all about Comic-Con Aberdeen. So yeah, both our channels really kick off the year now with Comic-Con Aberdeen, and of course we've got Walking Dead Ones Who Live content still coming. So we've done the episode 4 reaction tonight, so we've got 3 more reaction videos, and we'll probably talk about it on live streams in the upcoming weeks as well. So busy, but love doing it, so can't complain.
Yeah, very busy. Busy weekend. Yeah, so as for me, yeah, basically all about Comic-Con Aberdeen. I've got a few things in the pipeline. Got a new live stream that will be announced in the not too distant future, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. It's quite an exciting one. Got some really exciting bits to do with it, so I can't wait to announce it and officially get kicked into it. But as for this stream, that is us done. Catch us in 2 weeks' time on Tel's channel, where we are back for A New Hope. Till then, we'll see you in a bit. Ta-da.
Gosh.